Hi Siddharth.
Hello, sir.
So first of all, congratulations.
Yeah.
Congratulations for scoring the highest ever marks in history of CLAT. That is 175 out of 200.
Thank you, sir. I guess.
How are you feeling?
Very good, actually. I can't really. It's almost, an unbelievable thought in the beginning, but I guess the feeling is, started to sink in. Since it's almost been like, 10 days from the day of the result, and I guess I have now accepted the fact that I'll be into Bangalore. I mean, it feels really good.
So, how did you prepare? Means many students would be so interested to hear that.
Sir, I know that, when I say that, I don't think my preparation was up to the level of what others did. I know that, many people are not going to believe me. They're going to think that I studied for like 15 hours a day or 16 hours a day to make it here. But that's actually not true. I really think what helped me was the fact that I knew what I had to study. I really was clear about my concepts in maths, logical reasoning, and GK. So I really didn't have to, prepare that much in those subjects.
Can you elaborate, like how you tackled maths and GK?
For example, maths, I think so I was pretty decent in maths till class 10. So whenever I picked up the maths book, all I did was, solve the examples first. So I could clear my concepts as to what kind of questions could be asked. And then I went on. Examples, I think, are like really important. After maths, logical reasoning, I didn't do like 15 questions at the same time. I tried to do like 6 questions which were of different type. So that would, kind of hone my skills and kind of, make them sharper. Plus I think, doing the same kind of questions over and over again is kind of monotonous. And in GK, I've been a quizzer from, I don't know, since I can remember. So that really helped me a lot in my GK. And plus, I like to read about a lot. I used to go surf on the Wikipedia and spend endless hours looking up weird stuff when I was in class 10th and 12th. So I guess it paid off now.
The GK generally students, aspirants are so very worried about how to prepare. Can you be more specific?
I think so. I think so. GK and CLAT is divided into 2 parts. First is the static GK, which you'll find in any book. And the second part is actually related, somewhere or the other related to the events which have happened in the past year. For example, they asked a question on the Arogya, the health scheme for the poor in Andhra Pradesh. And it just happened 3 or 4 weeks back. So I think one needs to keep in touch. And there was another called, about the female scheme which the UP government came up with called Balika something. It used to give the money to all the
something.
Balika
UP.
The UP government awarded around 10,000 rupees to everybody who passed out of class 12, every girl. So these kind of things are asked in the paper, which is, if you keep in touch with the questions, they are kind of, they're decent. And plus, I don't think so you should expect, all the 50 questions in GK. It is
to be done.
It's kind of unrealistic. I think your basic aim should, if it's an easy paper, then you should aim to cross 40.
How much marks did you get in GK?
I got 39, so I guess I scored below my expectations. But I think so.
Even 39 is a very good marks because.
I guess I think 39 would have been a little less if I didn't consolidate in other subjects.
What was legal GK means?
Legal GK, I got really good marks, 43 out of 45, and that's all thanks to the IMS faculty, because Ramanand sir and Abhyuday sir, they were really of great help, and especially the material, the people came up with on the site was really interactive.
And what about English means? What was your score in English?
I scored 38 out of 40 in English, but English was of a very it wasn't of a good level this year, so I guess it was kind of possible for everybody to score in that. And plus, I really, personally feeling, I don't think you can.
So, how should one prepare for that? English, is there any extra for
vocabulary? See, I really worked hard in all those Latin phrases and phrases of foreign origin, and that really helped me because around 6 to 7 questions were asked from foreign phrases and foreign terms. So, I think one needs to remember all of them and get a glossary of those terms, because somehow or the other, law schools do ask those questions, I feel. Even in the past year's papers, they do. And English as such, I think reading the editorials in the newspapers and marking out the words which you don't understand is a good way of increasing your vocabulary. People tend to mug up words, and I really don't think that helps. Because personally for me it doesn't. Maybe it can help, work for some other people. But
Okay. How much the sim clats are important? That is the mock test. And how much how was the IMS sim clat?
I really need to confess that I think so. I was like really stunned when I first saw the CLAT paper, because SimCLAT 1 and 2 looked almost as if they were similar to the CLAT paper. The GK part was almost, as if it was photocopied from the SimCLAT, because I guess what Rajneesh came up with those questions, so I guess they were pretty good. Actually, GK, I have seen, that, few people tend to come up with questions which make no sense at all. For example, the Chief Justice of Bhutan or Chief Justice of USA, which I don't think so is, plausible in the terms of the context of the paper. I think GK should be interactive, questions which can be asked. Of course, you should prepare the worst case scenario, but in that case, you shouldn't leave out what could be the best case scenario. It would be no sense if you know the Chief Justice of Bhutan and don't know the Chief Justice of India. That'd be like really, kind of foolish.
No, but these SimCLATs means how does it help in student?
90% of my, score I would, attribute it to the SimCLATs, because SimCLATs tell you how to analyze your marks. For example, I didn't score very well in legal GK in my SimCLATs. So I knew that, I had to really work hard. So I contacted Raman sir and asked him how I could do better. And he told me various ways and things, the questions I should pay attention to. That was very important. And I guess one should ideally, study, in the last 1 month or something, while one is taking a crash course or while is revising, SimCLAT should be the only thing that one does.
Achha, there is a very high frequency question. Should I take a long term course? Should I take a short term course? Should I take a SimCLAT? Or I should not take any coaching? So, what do you suggest?
See, of course, there is no kind, second guessing that hard work will always